Yo, what is up, sleepers? It's your boy Ed Bennett here live in the Sleeping Cinema. Who do I have with me today? We do have a floating skull. Who else do we got with us? Shinji from Evangelion is joining us in the studio. Who else do we have with us? And Steve from Minecraft. This is the unstoppable crossover that they didn't want it to happen. He's in a what? What's officially happening? Oh, he's gonna give you life advice. Good, you need it, man. So there will be timestamps in the description for a review if you guys want to skip ahead to that. But for now, let's buy some tickets and grab our favorite concessions. How's y'all's week been? Nobody wanted to hang out this weekend. It was a little sad. Nobody wanted to hang out this weekend. Oh, I wanted to go too. Nobody else wanted to go. Y'all didn't want to roller skate. Y'all didn't want to go see Waka Flocka. No bar adventures. We missed out. I heard it got crazy. From the internet, dude. Waka Flocka. He goes, Flocka. But yeah, we missed out on everything this weekend. All I did was stay home. So in that regard, it was a slow week. It was a slow week. Are you gonna buy all the mangas then? Fill up your room with them. The collector's box. Always with the One Piece. For real. So we had boring, lame weeks of nothing this week. Yeah, I know it is pretty bullshit. So with that, I'm just teasing. Casino, no invite. Oh my god, your butt buddy. For real, you can crash our book club, but then when we want to crash their stuff, you're like, nah, I'm a gatekeep. So you let him do work while you went and partied, work on your stuff. You pissed him off, man. Did y'all start reading the book? Yeah, there's not many pages in it. Well, at least he started. Y'all chatting it up. You gotta get it, man. It's so exciting. Yeah, you gotta buy it like Barnes and Noble or Schuler's or something. It looks like they found. Did they find both copies? Because I know one of the copies they have is from Barnes and Noble. Oh, yeah. My only issue with finding them at thrift stores is like they're not. Well, it depends which one you go to, but they're not always like categorized. You gotta kind of dig. I don't know. I think it depends where you go. I bought it a few years ago, but it was like $10. So yeah, we're reading the book. Lord of the Flies. Are you coming to the first session, Alexi? Because it's on a Friday at 7. Just leave work early. That we said Friday. We had it on Thursday. Birthday? Whose birthday? Oh, I'm gonna prove y'all wrong right now. Damn. Yeah, that's the silence. Prove me wrong. I'm proving y'all wrong. All right. So if that's all we've been up to, I also sent the proof in our messenger chat. Anyways, with that, swiftly moving forward because I was right as always. That's what I was saying. Well, you swear wrong. Yeah, you're both wrong. He's jumping ship now. You're on your own, Javi. He's leaving you alone on the island. You said they saw you, brother. So it's still Friday next week at 7 p.m. On Saturday, I believe. He just doesn't want us to mess with anything. Because I'm assuming they're setting up early. You know how prepared the peelers are. Whenever there's a plan, they like to get ready in advance. Do we have to? Mr. Neck Stab. Goblin. So with that, let's take our seats and let's get into these trailers and any movies, TV shows, or video games y'all are looking forward to. Pokemon Za. They're smoking the Za. Is weed legal in Pokemon? Why isn't there a Silent Hill? So is weed legal? Why isn't there a weed Pokemon? Is Silent Hill gonna come out with a new game then, or? Oh, is it the Silent Hill F? That does look pretty cool, I will say. Probably fuck you. Silent Hill, fuck you. The pan. That's the lamest joke ever. Anyway. Speculation. Our energy today is just so random. Right now he's melting out. Gee, he's gonna get gaslit, guys. Calm down. Our first trailer is Anaconda, which releases on Christmas this year. The movie that nobody asked for. Yeah, this movie's. So this movie is meta in the sense that they're actively filming a remake of Anaconda in the movie. So everybody is a paid actor. Everybody, they got cameras, crews, and yeah, you didn't get that? That's what made it so meta. That's what you didn't see all the camera shots and like they had camera crews in the scenes. So yeah, it's a pretty meta movie. I'm still not that interested in watching it though. Javier. Movies. It's like the it's like a kaiju verse. There are four movies. Why? Wasn't one enough? Up next, we got The Housemaid. That's the one with Sydney Sweeney, The Housemaid, y'all. What y'all think of this trailer? Because it comes out December 19th. Yeah, that trailer was not very good. Notorious. He said, I don't care for Sydney Sweeney. I'd rather just watch paint dry. You know what, Alex? There was this weird right wing cult kind of around her though. A lot of a few years ago she came out as MAGA, or her family was MAGA, and since then all the MAGA people have really loved her. MAGA, make America. Yeah, she hasn't been very good at destroying that image of being MAGA. Yeah. About her genes. Well, that's the problem. That's what people are upset about. It could be the case, but her track record hasn't made it so that it's easy to dismiss. So, lastly, our trailer is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So it so it's a heist, magical heist movie. They stole this from Rick and Morty, is what everybody was saying. So this movie looks interesting. The Now You See Me 3 looks okay. I mean, it's definitely they're passing the torch in this movie. My guess is um, the main guy, Jesse Eisenberg's either his character's either gonna die or retire. Like the new guys. They got the guy from Gran Turismo as the new crew. Yeah, he's in Gran Turismo. He was also in Saltburn. He was the friend of the family. Yeah, cousin, I think it is. Cousin. But hey, cousin, but yeah, it looks all right. So now let's move on to what are you guys' thoughts before watching the brand new Him movie? Okay, with the supernatural. All roads lead back to supernatural. I had hot I had huge expectations for it because Jordan Peele was the sole creative director and executor of this film. That's not what the marketing told me, man. They kept blasting his name everywhere. It's only Jordan Peele. Nobody else to support. He wrote the script. He casted the actors. It's only Jordan Peele. He plays every character in the movie. It's a little weird. He has an autobiography? Oh, that would be kind of funny. I've never seen his family. So what about the rest of y'all? What y'all think before? Jordan Peele. So with that, let's get into the spoiler filled or spoiler free, sorry, spoiler free review. Spoiler free review of Him. It released September 19th of 2025, starring Tyreek Withers, directed by Justin Tipping. Rated R. Plot summary: a young athlete descends into a world of terror when he's invited to train with a legendary champion whose charisma curdles into something darker. What are you guys' overall thoughts without any spoilers? So I enjoyed this movie. I think like I mean, obviously this isn't a Jordan Peele movie, but it was. You could see it was inspired by him. Not that he. Now, I'm not saying that Jordan Peele wrote the script or anything, but the director was clearly inspired by having watched Jordan Peele movies, because there was a lot of symbolism and stuff in this movie. Just in the sense of, I don't want to get too far into it, but mascots were a heavy theme of it. Which represented things like corruption, self destruction, greed of athletic corporations. Yeah, false idol. And obviously, this movie is essentially a commentary on sports, specifically football, how it cannibalizes young men, and essentially commodifies them, consumes their lives, and so it kind of tried to play that without being so in your face that this is what we're talking about, without being so preachy. It was more of a symbolic subtlety in it. But yeah, it was oddly paced. I agree. Because for I enjoyed the, without giving too much away again. The first few days in the compound, but then it really quickly escalated the last like 2 3 days, and it really got away from the training stuff, which I would have liked to see more of. I think 6. Yeah. So, what do you guys rate it out of 10? Yeah, I'll give it a 7.5. I did too. It could have been executed a lot better, but it wasn't. There's a lot of hate on this movie, and I think some of it is founded, but some of it is just people hopping on the hate trend. I didn't say that. For for me, I think the biggest issue of it was the marketing because it was marketed as a horror movie when in reality it's more of yeah, more of a psychological, more of a I guess A24 would have been like better at branding this movie, you know. So let's look at some online ratings. The critics from Metascore gave it a 38 out of 100. Rotten Tomatoes, Tomato Meter 29. Audience and IMDb 5.5. And Rotten Tomato audience 59. So the average of all these scores 45.25. Rotten Tomato. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's hating on this movie. And like I said, some of the hate's founded, but some of it, at least what I've seen on TikTok, is like just people saying this movie's horrible and they're not giving a reason why. Yeah, the one I shared. Now we can, you and I can go, argue with Scott and say, hey, we don't just like the things that are popular. Here's a movie that we enjoyed that other people didn't. Let's take an in-depth review of him. So, starting from he's that guy, he's him. So let's start from young Cameron Cam Cade watches his favorite team, the San Antonio Saviors, win the league championship. He turns to distress when his idol quarterback Isaiah White suffers a violent, possibly career-ending injury while scoring a winning touchdown. Cam's father tells him that the real men are willing to make sacrifices. What do you guys think of the intro? Yeah. I think we can see a little bit of a deep backstory. I agree with Javier that it's a good. It's good in the sense of setting up that really the driving force behind the rest of the film is the father's expectations of this child, and how he's showing him this graphic image of violence and pain. You know, we literally see the guy's bone through his leg, and he says, "Don't look away. This is what you have to do to achieve greatness." So from a young age, he's being set up to have the mentality of, in order to achieve this legendary status, I had to be willing to sacrifice even my own health and body to become. Groomed, yeah. So already they're setting up this impossible standard or unhealthy standard, I should say, of expectations for young athletic men. So the goat. But so years later, Cam's father has died, and Cam is now a rising football star. Encouraged by his family and girlfriend, he trains for the league combine. While practicing late on an empty field, Cam is attacked by someone in a goat costume, causing a head injury that endangers his career. Motivated by his agent Tom, Cam plans to attend the combine to pursue the Saviors quarterback role despite risking permanent brain damage should he sustain another injury. While overstimulated due to his concussion, Cam lashes out at his brother and Tom, ultimately refusing to participate in the combine. Later, Tom reveals that Isaiah is considering a retirement and he has offered to train Cam for a week at a remote desert compound to prove he's a worthy successor. Cam accepts and travels there. But before we get into the compound, what do you guys think about his whole brain injury and then not being able to compete in the tryouts? It was outlandish. He's okay. Dude. This is why we're a good podcast. We stay connected with the regular people. We're not like some snobbish movie reviewers. We're just like okay, and your point. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, it was goofy, just a giant ass mascot busting the guy's head. This was, I think this was that symbolism though. Just a little bit of foreshadowing. Yeah. But essentially, when young athletes, especially when before they hit the major leagues, um, when they're injured, they had to make the decision, to continue to push through the pain and risk more pain, or to hang it up before they even have the opportunity. Who's to say? That's so. At the compound, Isaiah puts Cam through disturbing challenges, including a practice drill where a football machine repeatedly hits the head of a player. Cam secretly also receives shots of Isaiah's blood, which he is led to believe is an energy booster, and experiences frequent hallucinations from a masked figure, which he attributes to the concussion. So, what do you guys think of that first challenge where he's having to throw some passes and while the guy's getting hit in the face? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so this is the scenes that I did enjoy in the movie. Um More than the slower scenes or the later days on the compound, but when they're actually out in the field training like this and the stakes are really high. I want a steak too. Know what it say? Oh, is it the emoji? Yeah, the shrugging emoji. Yeah, and that might even be symbolism for that, just how some athletes take steroids and other enhancers to meet this impossible standard that's been set. Oh shit. That's crazy. That just shows the extent to which this yeah the adrenochrome. So I also think Isaiah White, the quarterback for the Saints, really shines in this movie because shows just the savior quarterback. I think he shines really well in this movie because he shows how unhinged and how far he has fallen to get to where he is. Who? I can see that. The 8 Pete Mahomes. That is something we see out of Patrick Mahomes. I like that meme. But the reason it's so easy to find these comparisons is, that's intentional. That's what this system leads people to. But it is also this challenge was also interesting because Isaiah was trying to internalize um, the responsibility all to Tyreek, saying as the quarterback, as the captain, all the failures and all the losses are on you, kind of destroying that team mentality that should be the case in sports and making it all about the individual. Hmm. So it's a toxic sort of mindset. Hmm. So while in a sauna, Cam is attacked by a crazed fan, but overpowers her. Isaiah arrives and emotionlessly kills her. To Cam's concertation. As Cam tries to leave, Elise, Isaiah's wife, apologizes and seduces him. So, she did look crazy. Joker, too. Yeah, that scene was also, um, I guess, kind of a test for our main character because how far did he let go of his humanity? Yeah, like he was willing to kill that woman, but at the end, he let her go. Just kind of testing, it seemed to be a test at least how far he's come and how far he's willing to go. Yeah, he still is able to keep a piece of his humanity, which they talk about later on, where the old quarterback's like, see if you can find another way to be great, not the way that I've done it. So, what do you guys Uh, what do y'all think about Elsie scene where they take him to the first club inside the compound? So that yeah, where they have naked ladies dancing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah, I saw that clip too. Yeah, they during one of the broadcasts they were calling him out they like panned to this player and they're like, "Oh, he's got cases of abuse on him." And that's him right there pretty much. Hell yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this is well, I don't know. I didn't know if he was convicted or not, but either way, he sounds like a bad person. Um, but yeah, this party scene, like you guys were saying, Ian's a high school sweetheart. It's an attempt to corrupt his lifestyle and embrace something that is not really a great thing. Hmm. It was football, family, and God. Oh, for the other guy, yeah, I think it was football, God, and then family. Yeah, it's an attempt to break his persona. Persona. So Kim wakes up. Alexi, once the persona stream's coming back. Come on, man. The fans have been asking. The person who made you do it and the rest of us. You got to play the metaphor. You got to play metaphor. Stream metaphor. See? So Cam wakes up next morning to Isaiah holding him at gunpoint, demanding to know if Cam and Elsie slept together. Isaiah ridicules Cam for feeling guilty, saying killers are remorseless. Dude. Yeah. Uh, he was definitely unhinged during this moment. Isaiah was. So Elsie invites. Huh? So Elsie invites Cam to a secret party to meet the Savior's owners. Upon arrival, Marco, the team doctor, whispers to Cam to run before leaving. The owners offer Cam a strange red liquid, which he drinks, unaware that it's Isaiah's blood. A disoriented Cam finds Marco's severed head in a plastic lined room. Elsie comforts him as he loses consciousness. So, what do you guys think of this party scene? I think it was a. Oh, go ahead. I think the thing with the doctor was pretty good because in American healthcare, profit is the priority over actual care, and so when a doctor like this who wants to care for his patients instead of just doing uh, instead of just doing what he's told is is killed. In reality, they get fired or they get let go or things like this. When they're not prescribing you Adderall and a bunch of addictive drugs, then you're not earning the hospital owner's money. So you're not well. You don't have a good reputation within the business. So it was I guess, a demonstration of what a little bit of a critique on the especially sports medicine side of it all. It's like your job is to make sure the players can keep playing, not make sure that they have long term health. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. and Yeah, so I thought that was a interesting scene. I also think the whole party there was, purposely really demonic to show that these people only think about greed, and that there's no really humanity left in them. So it's kind of walking into the lion's den, or hell, I guess. So um, Cam later wakes up in an ice bath at Isaiah's compound, connected to an IV of Isaiah's blood. He rips out the IV and grabs a jagged trophy, aiming to kill Isaiah and escape. Cam finds Isaiah watching a video of cheering fans. Isaiah reveals that he is part of a line of manufactured greatest of all time players who gain enhanced powers from ritual blood transfusions. After Isaiah t- After Isaiah tells Cam they must fight to the death for the title, the two brawl, culminating into Cam bludgeoning Isaiah to death with a helmet. What y'all think of that fight sequence? An hour and a half into the movie, we finally start the movie. Yeah, I did like this finale stuff. It was very action packed. Mm-hmm. Just kiss each other. Symbolism. I'm not here to think. I'm here to see. I'm here to watch. His brain restarted. You were saying you like to pick your butt. Play it back. Let's pull up the tape. Yeah, they were talking about how Isaiah didn't earn his title, but our main character did because he sacrificed and he worked hard for it. But Isaiah was getting the blood the whole time. I don't know. Yeah, that could be the case. Yeah, that could definitely be the case. So Cam leaves the room and enters a football field where Tom, Elsie, and the Savior's owners, wearing animal masks, await him to sign the contract. They reveal that Cam's father arranged for him to be the next GOAT. So it was all a setup, having been manipulated by the elites, and that the mask attack was orchestrated to lead Cam to the Saviors. Cam refuses to sign the contract. He kills the goat mask attacker, who has been silently approaching him from behind with a hammer. Then the owners and Elsie with a sword, but spares Tom, who is then dragged into the pentagram and destroyed by an unseen force. Outside the compound, a half bloodied Cam walks past masked cheerleaders and into the desert. Mm-hmm. Santa Claus. It was Satan, not magic. Witchcraft. Well, I'm assuming that the finale was also just Cam rising above this capitalist greed of having been groomed his whole life. Yeah, this is not so symbolic anymore. Now it's just outright fuck you guys. And I enjoyed it. I thought that was a pretty cool finale. Is it action sequence? We don't know. He just walks into the desert. But there's other NFL teams, so I'm assuming somebody else will take up the mantle. Yeah. I would be the next goat. That's yeah, that's terminology. People use a goat emoji all the time. Well, that's what people spam emojis with online. Just goats. I still kind of found it entertaining. It was really outlandish. I'm not saying that's not the case. It was really silly in that regard, but I was still entertained by it. And it at least got me thinking a little bit. That's good. You have a good media literacy then, because a lot of people online, at least, didn't seem to expect that. I didn't remember the trailer, so I was just expecting a mascot serial killer. Yeah, that's because I'd only seen the trailer that while ago. So for me, this was like, what am I watching? God dang it, trailers always giving stuff away. But what are y'all's what is y'all's final ratings for this movie? Yeah, I still had a fun watch. Like some of these people rating this movie are so stupid. Like the first one that I see on Rotten Tomatoes from the audience is movie is garbage, waste of money. Jordan Peele is terrible. Yeah, like some of the hate isn't warranted. There is, the criticisms y'all made that is warranted, but I'm just coming out and saying it's the middle ground. Um, so with that, let's move on to content we've seen this week. What are some shows or movies y'all watched this week? SpongeBob, dude. Last night, one night ago. The brain fog is real dense today. Dr. Stone? Oh, I didn't finish that one yet. The series is over now? Oh. I just pulled it up. Well, let me say about Sleepaway Cabin. This movie already looks atrocious. This guy has booty shorts, and you can see his dick in this thumbnail. Um, and in this, eh, it's quite openly a parody of Friday the 13th, because in this other still, this woman has a Jason mask. Like, why are you already parodying a low budget horror movie with an even lower budget horror movie that's the same premise? Oh my, oh my god. So stupid. It's so stupid. Always with the supernatural. Oh my god, how are you so far? Still. Oh my god, you're almost done already. The house stock is gonna return. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a classic adventure. What about the rest of y'all? La 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 land. Oh yeah. Is it that they weren't white? The rapping. It's old timey language. Oh yeah, we watched that one in school. We watched it in school. I've watched the movie. It inspired me to read the book, but I haven't read it yet. I do have a copy of it though. So, what's that thing you said earlier? Okay, and okay. Number two? You said two, bro. We heard you. You said two. Oh, well, he must have cut out when he said the eight part. Yeah, he must have cut out when he said the eight part because I heard two. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Hell yeah. I watched Casablanca, the black and white movie. Yeah, I liked it. It's a pretty interesting story. Um, it's basically takes place during the Second World War, and people are fleeing the war, particularly from France, and ending up here in Morocco, the city of Casablanca in Morocco, to make their final escape to America. But a lot of people are stuck here because they need visas and stuff. But basically, uh, a bar owner, yeah. But basically, a bar owner is unexpectedly reunited with an old flame of his. Yeah. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. So, dang, just like Mugen. All right. So now let's roll the credits. You guys got any recommendations for any media recommendations? Oh shit. So the plan for next week is the movie One Battle After Another. Yes, the Leo one. So yeah, it looks pretty interesting. They've kept the plot kind of a little vague, so I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, like he's trying to save her or something or protect her. So comments, and subscribe, and thank you for visiting the Sleeping Cinema. Until next time, bye.